Hi, this is McDad here. It's been a while, but I thought I'd make a video for people that have to learn things the hard way and want to get back together with an ex, or maybe they're dating someone and things have kind of gone off the rails a bit. So this is a method that I call the reverse no contact, and I've done it myself, and almost as a joke, and I was very surprised at how well it works. So I thought I'd share this here. So a situation may arise where maybe you're in a long-term or longer-term relationship, and the two of you break up or go your separate ways, or you have a situation where maybe you're dating someone or even just starting to see someone and they ghost you, or things just kind of die off and you'd like to get back together with them. The trick that I've stumbled across and put into practice and found that at least it's worked for me is to I'll take the situation like, say you're dating someone and they just ghost you out of nowhere. What you would do then is, instead of sending them like a wall of text, begging them to get back together with you, or an angry text, or flood them with a lot of questions like, what's going on? I thought we were getting along great. I'm so confused. Well, don't do any of that stuff, because it makes you look really desperate and needy, and in a really bad way. And so what I would recommend is, once you find that yourself in that situation where, say, you've been ghosted and things have gone on for a couple of days where it's just, radio silence, is to then send them a text with, as if you're in the perspective of needing to do a period of no contact. And so send them a text that says, hey, I think it would be best if we just don't have any contact with each other for the next 28 days. I'd appreciate it if you can, not text me or, call me or reach out to me during this period, because I think it would be best if we both had space to take a step back and just kind of reevaluate where we're at and what we want. And then at the end of the 28 days, you can reach out to me, or I can reach out to or I'll reach out to you, and we can circle back and meet again and decide what we want to do, and if we want to continue moving things forward, or if we've both realized that we're in a place to kind of go our separate ways. We can certainly have that discussion at that time. Period. Don't send any follow-ups. And the funny thing is that way back when, I'd been basically ghosted by some people that I had dated, and things previously were going well, and they just kind of dropped off the planet. And so I sent them that text, and one of the women immediately responded. Like, she had not responded to text in quite a while, but once I sent that text, something about it really grabbed her attention, and she was just like, what's going on? Hey, how have you been? Blah, just kind of trying to backtrack, like, oh, I've been busy and stuff. And, I didn't want you to get the wrong impression. And another one was, I think she was either silent or she said okay. But then after the 28 days, I followed up to that text, and she responded back and said, yeah, well, let's meet at such and such, bar, such and such club, and we can talk about things. And so in both instances, I took complete radio silence, two women who had completely ghosted me, and a month later, I was both speaking to both of them, and they were both engaged with me, being responsive, etc. And so again, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this just because if that type of situation arises, or you try this, say after a long distance, or not long distance, a long-term relationship has kind of fizzled out, and you're like, okay, I want to get back together with them or something like that. Sure, you can do this, but the signs are there. Like, you really, I feel like if a relationship doesn't work out, or you're dating and they ghost you for whatever reason, those are both signs that you just take a step back and focus, on yourself, and focus on people that are responsive. Focus on people that are maybe interested in you, that are reaching out to you, that are considerate to you, or, go find people that are considerate and interested in you. But, I don't recommend going back and trying to reconnect with people that in the long-term view of things probably aren't going to work out anyways. But again, I'm making this video because I know some people, honestly, I'm one of them, have to learn things the hard way. And so I wanted to give you a tool to put in your toolbox, so that if you have a situation where for whatever reason you want to get back together with an ex, get back together with someone that you were dating, now you have a method to do that I would recommend. Try it. I think you'd be surprised at how well it works. I don't understand the psychology of it and why phrasing the message that way works. I think it has to do with kind of, who has the agency and the balance of power. And so if you approach them as if everything is your decision, you're the one who has agency in the situation, maybe just people just kind of automatically fall into that and are like, oh, okay, since they're the one in control of the situation, I'll just go along, or something like that. Again, I don't understand the psychology. I just know it works. So hopefully this has been helpful.